NJN News has confirmed that the State Attorney General's office is investigating the embattled Delaware River Port Authority. Allegations of questionable management practices and irresponsible spending have dogged the bi-state agency all summer. State House correspondent Zachary Fink first broke the story in late June and has the latest.
After initial denials that systematic problems exist at the DRPA, the 16-member board has now embraced reform. But that hasn't stopped the state's attorney general from investigating the authority.
The Attorney General's office has contacted us about 3 weeks ago in the form of a subpoena and asked us for information regarding some employees and some exchanges between employees.
The Attorney General has asked for information from Corporate Secretary John Lawless, who was escorted out of the building in April but not fired, and former Public Safety Director Mike Joyce, who was forced out in July. Joyce took Lawless's DRPA-issued Easy Pass and gave it to his daughter. But while that incident gave the agency a bit of a black eye, critics say the problems run much deeper.
I said from day number one, I've been involved in a lot of authorities and boards, and I told you that I never, ever expected to see the stupidity and greed. That's a recipe for someone to come in and look at what you're doing.
On Wednesday, the DRPA held a 5-hour meeting to discuss and vote on 26 resolutions aimed at reform. Most of the measures were approved, including eliminating closed-door caucus sessions at future meetings, eliminating certain perks, and ensuring more transparency through regular audits.
I thought that it was a nice first step. I thought that it's a long time coming. I would have liked to have that meeting right away in July when we had the controversies to start handling these issues. I think we let 4 weeks go where there was still a lot of lack of transparency and there's still a lot of movement of jobs and contracts in between that time frame.
While they didn't do everything I would have hoped they did yesterday, we're going to continue to keep pressure on them using all the tools that the governor has to be able to exert that pressure. And I'm hopeful that Governor Rendell will pressure the Pennsylvania side.
But during the meeting, the push for reform seemed to really come primarily from the Pennsylvania board members. Doherty spoke up numerous times, as did Pennsylvania Auditor General Jack Wagner and Pennsylvania Treasurer Rob McCord, who introduced additional resolutions.
You're right that some folks were more engaged in the meeting than others, but I don't know that that's any sense of looking for change or not looking for change. Everyone has an individual style to which they apply when they're at a board meeting.
Treasurer McCord, Doherty, and lawmakers in both states have called on Mathewson and the DRPA leadership team to resign.
Change in leadership is certainly his opinion, and I report to a full board, and I'm going to continue to do the best job that I possibly can while that full board has me here as the CEO.
The New Jersey Comptroller's Office has also issued subpoenas as it conducts a parallel investigation. We reached out to the U.S. Attorney's Office to find out if they were launching their own investigation. A spokeswoman would not confirm or deny the existence of a possible investigation. However, insiders tell us that if the Attorney General's office is already looking into the matter, it's unlikely the U.S. Attorney would commit resources to do the same thing. Meantime, next Wednesday, another DRPA board meeting is scheduled. They are expected to take up the resolutions that were tabled this week. Zachary Fink, NJN News, Philadelphia.